Everyone, welcome back. I am CA Rishabh and this is part 3 of our manufacturing dashboard series. In the last video, we built the foundation by creating our first tab, that is revenue analysis. Today, we are taking things a step further. We'll update that revenue tab with even deeper insights, then move on to build the production analysis tab to track output and efficiency. And to top it all off, we'll create a powerful employee performance tab because behind every number, there's a team driving it. Let's dive in and bring the dashboard closer to completion. Let's get started. All right, so let's start with renaming the first tab that we have. So we'll rename it to revenue analysis. Right. Okay. Let's go to the table view. On the right hand side, we see we have all the tabs. We'll just check out what all we can track. So we have put in already a lot of data, but right now we can also put in maybe the stores data, or maybe we can put in the data that whether the product has been timely shipped or not. So it's good to keep a check on what metrics you can include into your dashboard. So for now, let's just rearrange it a little bit, I guess. Right. Okay, copy and paste. So we'll replicate the pie chart. And now this, what we are trying to do is we'll put in timely shipping. So timely shipping, yes or no. So it'll show us by a pie chart. And then again, we have already learned the formatting. So what all we can do. So we'll change the formatting over here. Right. We'll change the slices colors. Right. So for yes, we'll make it somewhat of a green shade, right? And then for no, we'll put it to a little bit of red. And then again, remember to, note down the hex code as we have already discussed. Okay, yeah, a little red for no. Correct. Okay. You can try again all these options, whatever suits you best. Okay, we'll change the title. Seems a little odd, timely shipping by timely shipping. So we'll just write it as timely shipped orders, right? So yes and no is there. But I think yes and no does not seem fine. So we'll go to Power Query. We'll create a custom column wherein it would say that instead of yes or no, we'll get it whether it's shipped timely or late. So we'll rename it as shipping status. We'll rename the column and we'll put this conditional column under condition. If timely shipping, begins with yes, begins with value yes, yes, then I want the output to be shipped timely. Or maybe instead of shipped timely, I can just put in timely because we are already giving the heading as shipping status, else late, right? So okay, we have another column which tells us, yeah, instead of yes or no we have timely or late. Okay, now again, detailing, writing the, narration so that it becomes easier. I've already told you that. So this is how we'll just write things, right? Okay, now again, close and apply. Now, instead of, you know, timely shipping, we'll drag in the fresh column that we created, right? Shipping status. And then again, in the legend as well as in the values, because it'll just count. Okay, now I don't want it to show the count, so I'll make sure that you know, to rename the this thing, rename for this visual. And then again, the rest of the formatting remains same. I think that's pretty much understood. Right. Title is fine. No, I think we can change it. Shipping status, right? This makes more sense. Shipping status of orders. So timely would be green and late would be red. Colors we already decided, right? I just want the percentage. Yes, I think percentage of total. This makes sense. Again, some reformatting. I want another filter. So what would it be? Maybe I'll just try to put in something like the product. Okay. So see, we have put in another filter for product as well. Just a little bit of reformatting, that's all, you know, font size and all adjustment, because you have to keep on doing it till you have the final dashboard. Then format painter, yes, just so see, whenever we click a region, we have the data for that region itself. Let me just tell you one thing. I want to tell you about the map visual. So, like in this tab, we put in the map visual. Some of you would be getting this error, right? The map visual will not be working when you drag the region. So if you click on see details, it'll say this, right? So we just have to enable it. So we'll go to file, options and settings, options, and then it'll open up a window wherein we will go to security, and then we'll just enable this use map and filled map visuals, and we'll click OK. And then you might have to restart your Power BI, because you can refresh it if it works, but I'm just trying to show you in this tab that okay, now in the fresh tab that we can put it. We'll put it over here, right? Now we'll drag the region. So instead of the filter, we can actually use a map. So I'll drag the region in the location as well and in the legend as well, because I wanted to show the four areas where we, have our sales. Okay, and the bubble size would be according to the sum of revenue, right? So here we have the bubble size. If we see 2025, 2024, right? Okay, now we can change the map to aerial, correct? Or road, whatever, you seem appropriate. It's just like another visual, the rest of the formatting part. Font change. Again, writing down. Correct hex code. Bubbles, I think it should be, yes, data range. So it gives appropriate size of bubbles, and we can increase the size so that, okay, now the bubbles are, in proportion to the size of their revenue. And I'll just enable the labels as well, but you can customize the colors over here. I'll just enable the category label so that yes, it points out as well. For now, I'm not changing the colors, but you can, of course. Yep, renaming revenue by region and region. No, I just wanted revenue by region. So yes, centrally aligned, no background. Yes, I want a border 25 pixels as we have been doing for all the visuals. Yep, mm, correct. So we can remove the region from here, right? Yeah, remove the background. So see, we already have the region map over here, so we don't need a filter. We can just try checking out like if how this is working. In fact, we also have a revenue by product pie chart below. So technically we would not be requiring both of these filters. See, we have for the region, whatever region we click the entire, it's acting as a filter, right? So we'll just remove it, product as well, and we can drag this map. Yes. Looks better, right? You can play around with it. Okay, now I'll just copy this column chart and convert it to a bar chart. Right. And here I would put in another metric that would be the our stores, whether it's Walmart or whether it's Target stores or whether it's Best Buy. So, okay, we are just showing revenue by the stores. Okay. I'll just duplicate the first tab. See, it's a good way to, save some time because you'll not have to again add the background and all. So production analysis, yes, I've just duplicated it. But for the map, I think Arial would look better. Yeah, correct. So I think this looks better. Okay, back to our production analysis. So we'll delete whatever we don't require. So let's just see what all data do we have on the production measure. I mean, not measures, of course. We need to check the employee production data. Okay, we have expected output, actual output, defective units. So let's see what we can make of those. Okay, so we'll go to the report view again. Right. We'll delete the visuals that we don't require, or we'll alter the KPI cards. Like we don't need sales over here, but so we can disable it. And what we can do is total actual output. Yes, we can put it there. So boom, we have 355,000 of total actual output. So this is how it saves time. Now you don't have to format, you just can change the data. So here we'll have total expected output. All right. Now we can go ahead by replacing the return percentage. So we'll uncheck the return percentage and we'll click on maybe production efficiency for now. Yep, so it's showing 0.95. So we can change it uh, to percentage by, okay, I'll click production efficiency, then percentage. Yeah, so it's showing 95.23%, right? We can check by, and the filter already works. So 2024 and 2025 the data is changing. So all right, right now we just have changed the KPI cards, we need to change the visuals as well. So okay, now the pie chart I will change by, okay, I'll keep it product, but instead of revenue I want to show the total actual output, right? So it's now showing the actual output across various product segments. Now again, the formatting, renaming for the visual, I think you all are aware of it. I can put in defect percentage instead of production efficiency because I can show production efficiency with the help of a gauge visual. Right. So just update it. Instead of shipping status, I'll just put in production efficiency and boom, we have 95.23% as our production efficiency in 2024. All right. Now just a little bit of formatting on the colors and on the title. So instead of shipping status, it should say production efficiency, right? Okay. Now I'm gonna change the color. Brown does not look so good. Just checking the visual first. Okay, yeah. So I'll make it maybe the green that we selected. Yes, green. I think that will look nice. Right. But maybe we can do something more about it. Okay, let's come back to that later on and let's just edit our line chart. So here we'll just put in actual output and expected output and it'll show a kind of line chart for actual and expected output. Again, we need to format this and get the right colors, get the right font, but I think you guys are pro at it right now, so that would be good. That would be easy for you, right? So x-axis, change the color, etc, etc. But what I was thinking about the production efficiency is, what if somehow we can make it, dynamic and formula based, so that whenever the production efficiency kind of is over 100%, it shows green, but where it's kind of below 95% or so, it shows red. Can we do it? I think we can. First, let us just, edit this visual and then we'll learn some formula based colors. Just put it actual output. Yeah. So y-axis, secondary y-axis would be expected output. So actual and expected output, right? Now grid lines, of course, we don't need them. Lines. So in actual output, we'll select another, the details of it, whether we want it, what color we want it. Checking the hex code. Yes. Now just writing the hex code down. So we have that. Now we changed it for the actual output. Now we also need to change it for the expected output. I think shading does not look good. Yep, smooth it out. whatever suits you. Like you can try all this. So expected output again, I'll make it a dotted line, and maybe I'll just smooth it out. Correct. I'll just change the color to something greenish, right? We'll select our green shade. Oh, this does not look good. We will be going with our green shade only. Yes, this looks fine. For green, we'll make it green, and then for red, that's actual output, we'll make it red itself. Yeah, now it's looking better. Actual and expected output by the month on a line chart, and then we have a pie chart. Let's try something. Yep, we can make product, right? And instead of revenue, we can have defective units. Yes. All right, so we need to remove the map visual, but we also have to go ahead with the, you know, formula based color for our gauge. So right now I'll just rename it. So defective units, right? Okay. Now coming back to our production efficiency, we'll just go to colors. Now group axis, colors, yes. And then this is green, but we'll go to formula, and then what we are gonna do is we're gonna try, okay, minimum value is 0, and the maximum value I might be entering as 2 maybe, right? So if it's on the lower end, it would give me red, and on the higher end, I want the green shade. So we can do this. This is one way. But what I'm gonna do is I am on the top left corner that you see format style. I'll go there, I'll go on rules, and I'll make a rule that okay, if the number is less than equal to so and so, so it'll give me green or red or whatever. So the first, or and if it is greater than so and so, it'll give me that particular color. So we can enter our if condition. So I'm putting it as if value is greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to maybe a rough number 5, because the efficiency will not be going at 500%. So I wanted green. So it's if it's more than 1, that's more than 100%. Up till 500%, I wanted green, but I'll add a new rule. So, but if the number is less than maybe minus 5, less than equal to minus 5, that's minus 500%, up till 95%, that's maybe 0.95. So for minimum value, I'll enter as negative 5, negative 5, right? Yeah. And I want that. So, okay. So value should be greater than equal to minus 5, but less than 0.99 maybe I can put. Okay, so 99%. So, yep. So for that, I want it to be red. So I'll take the hex code for red, that last one, right? Yep. I'll just click on OK. See, so it's 95%, it's red, and it's 105%, it's green. Perfect. That's the magic of formulas. Okay, now we do not need the map, so we're going to remove it, right? Now we need to kind of rearrange a little bit. Yeah, so I'll duplicate the pie chart, Control C, Control V. Again, format it a little, and here in I can put in, instead of the actual output, I can put in the expected output maybe, right? So the above pie chart shows us the expected output, the below one shows actual output. No, maybe we can make it something. Okay, we can make it pack of. Yeah, so it's pack of 4 or 10. I want that to be shown in a pie chart. So I can show actual output on the ratio of pack of 4 and 10. I'm not happy with the colors. I don't want dark blue and light blue. So yes, of course, I'll be working on the colors. I can make this a donut chart, right? This looks better. Actual output by pack size, right? I'll just edit the title itself. I need to change the colors. Yeah, we'll go to slices. Try out different colors. I think I'm gonna change the color for the below pie chart as well. I don't think this all shades of brown are very convincing to me. And then I'll have to change it on the first tab as well. Yeah, it's not looking that good. So, yep, I'll change the colors. And I'll use the same color because since it's a product, so I'll use the same colors on tab 1 and tab 2. All right, so we have our second tab prepared nearly. Yes, right. Okay, now let's head towards our third tab. So again, duplicate employment analysis, employee performance, right? So here again, we will change the visuals. So we'll just put down a bar chart for the count of, I mean, like we'll put the department in the y-axis, and then we want to count the numbers. So employee ID, we'll drag it and it'll show us the count of employee IDs. So basically the count of employees. So yep, we now have the number of employees per department, right? Okay, so again, we will need to format the third tab as per our requirements. We'll just see what all do we have here. We have the employee gender, we have the contact number, but ticket contact number we might not be using. But what all we can, okay, maybe we can pull in the gender analysis. So we can say employee gender, male or female, and then we can have a donut chart for that. Again, the same formatting, changing the title to gender mix, right? Color I can put in as blue and pink, maybe. Blue for male and pink for female, right? Okay, so okay, so for the bar chart, instead of count of employee ID, we'll just rename it as number of employees on the x-axis. Yes, now we'll edit the KPI visuals on the above side. So what we are gonna do is, we're gonna just need the count of employees. Yes, so it'll be basically stating total employees. So I'll just rename it and say as total number of employees, right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to create one for male and female. So we just want again the count of employees, but here we'll apply a filter. So we'll just drag employee ID count, so 500 total employees, but in the left hand side we'll see, yeah, on the filter we'll add data fields and we'll add gender. Yes. So what we'll do is we're gonna go and drag the gender here and we'll just select male. So we have 277 and then we'll rename this as male employees. And then similarly, we're gonna do it for the female as well. So we'll just delete the defect one. Yeah. And then we'll again copy paste. Okay, now in the filter, we just need to change from male to female. So we have 273. We'll rename this as female employees, right? Just saves time. So we have our total male and female employees, and then we're gonna do a little bit of reformatting. Right. So we can make a pie chart of active versus inactive employees. So pretty simple, right? Of course, change the colors. Yup, red and green again for yes and no. Try role marketing maybe. I mean role, yeah, field marketing helper, whatever you can select. Yes, we need multi-select for this. Again, a little bit of reformatting. Just keep on doing it unless you're satisfied with what looks nice. So I'm also gonna do that. Okay, now I just want a column chart. Maybe, yes, I'll copy paste the bar chart and then convert this to a column chart. So, yep, make certain changes, maybe stretch it out a little bit. So we have the department and role. We can put the role in the x-axis instead of the department. So when we apply this filter, we see the data accordingly. So clocked hours. Okay. On the KPI cards, we can put in clocked hours, scheduled hours, and then overtime hours as well, right? Same filtering technique as the male and female employees that we did in the last tab. I mean, like this tab itself. Yeah, instead of total employees and this thing, we can put in the hours worked. I think this looks better. Clustered. I have just added employment type in the legend so we can get the data for contract, freelance, or full-time employees. I'll change the colors. I don't like dark blue and light blue. Yep, this looks better. If you find I'm if you find I'm going too fast, you can slow it down. And here in the line chart, we can put in clocked hours versus scheduled hours. Yep. So I'll put department in x-axis. I'll change the line color and other specifications. Total clocked hours, right? Total scheduled hours as well, and total overtime hours as well. Yes, I'll put in all the three and then color code them. Clocked versus scheduled versus overtime hours, right? And that wraps up part 3 of our manufacturing dashboard series. Today, we leveled up our revenue analysis, built out the production tab, and added an employee performance tab to track how the team is doing. In the next part, we'll bring everything together, even with more insights and polish, to make this dashboard fully boardroom ready. See you in part 4.